Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome to another video. Not a review, but a video. No, I'm just teasing. Here we are, welcome to another video. We're going to talk about the comic book wave Miles Morales, the Ultimate Spider-Man. The reason why we call it the Ultimate Spider-Man, this is based off of when he got the black and red suit in the Ultimate Universe, and I'm assuming that is where they're taking their inspiration from with this figure. He's also on a smaller body, so it's him younger before most of his adventures. Either way, I'm absolutely in love with this figure. It's so tiny, it's so adorable. I love it. I only wish that it came with the same amount of hands across the board, but we'll get into that. So yeah, I have him all posed up, looking all crazy, but yeah, here we are. Now, let me move this out of the way, this gargoyle. And I'm gonna get Miles standing straight up as I keep knocking down a bunch of things out of frame. But yeah, let's get to it. And as you can see, some stuff has popped out, but I can just push that in. We are on camera. We are live, baby, we live. And as you can see, he has a ton of both used and new parts. And I think a lot of it is everyone kind of shares that when a Spider-Man gets a body, a lot of them do share it until it gets updated, becomes the older body. But this diaphragm joint that I feel like both retro, Renew Your Vows, Secret Wars, like all the retro card stuff, all of that stuff is really important and nice, but it just, I don't know what it is about this smaller body, but it just feels really, really good. And it's crazy too, because it's like, he only has these sharp eyes look, but somehow I'm in love with it. I feel like this is appropriate. Always alert, always on guard, has his suit, but this upper torso diaphragm with that just lends itself to a lot of articulation. It doesn't seem, it's deep here, and it doesn't seem like much until you wrap that leg for it. And just like with Maximum Spider-Man, you actually get a really, really nice bit of movement, as you can see here, right? I really, really love that. Legs can go out about this far outward, right? But on its own, I know some people, this will bother some people, the hips doing a little bit of a dip going outward. If you stand him at a 3/4, I think it'll be fine. It'll still protrude out a little bit, but you can actually like rotate those in and they look less likely, you know? But it's easy to rotate them out and for them to look really, really ugly. But it's all a matter of your posing. If you want to make it look better, you literally just rotate in, they look better. If you don't want to do that, that's fine. These hopefully will be solutions for you when you want to do stuff. And as far as the arms go, we could actually extend it up pretty nicely. It feels like there won't be any paint rub. There's no sculpted lines, but the view on this is immaculate. I really like how mines line up pretty well. We have beautiful butterfly joints, backwards and forwards. We can rotate. Now, let's see what those are. Ooh, did I speak too soon? No, I didn't. Okay. Rotate down and through. The arms can rotate and cross, which is really, really nice. We have beautiful biceps. They're double. It's pretty cool. So yeah, it's lovely actually, but pretty cool, just popped out naturally. So as far as posing, but sorry, I'm just skipping over posing. We can do a really nice running pose, as you can see here. Obviously, this dip here is going to look a little funky, but if you have back problems, I don't think you should be talking. We have a boot cut swivel as well, and super generous ankle pivot, as you saw when I first posed them up. But yeah, in a very good spot with this Miles. I feel like there's so much to be done. Now, as far as a pose session, why not, right? Let's get posy. Let's see if we can rotate up. So, you know, depending on what you like to style your Spider-Man after, whether it's video game, comics cover, because that's not always the same as the interior art. As you can see here, Miles can get jiggy with it. If we change it up to I'm not going to change the hands just yet. We'll talk about that in accessories. But let's say you want to web swing properly. I think you are covered here. Look at this. Beautiful cross pose. You saw the pose I was able to get sooner than later. Let's see about some landing poses, some 3 1/4 inch, some hiding poses. Oop, then I dropped them. I'm going to hit what I call the rubber ducky. And this is the reason why I call this one the rubber ducky, is because it's one of those things that's not seen at first, but it's seen later. So yeah, this one seems crazy, but you'll see what happens with both webs, or if you're in an against all odds shot, it looks really, really good. But yeah, these look really, really good, and I love this, Miles. I cannot wait. This is really doing it for me. Or if you want to do like a reverse web swing, like I said, I'm not going to change hands, but I just wish the head had more bob and swivel. But overall, I'm very happy with this figure. Very, very happy. Let's talk about the accessories. I will get to that. So let's get to it. All right, let's jump into accessories. This should be pretty easy because Hasbro shows off all the accessories before I even get the figure, so it don't matter. But first, let's talk about the comic. You will get this, the comic, Spider-Man 1. I believe that's Sarah Pacelli art, and obviously we know Brian Michael Bendis was the one who created. That was the creator. Was Rag Morales on the inker? Was it Rag Morales? No, not Rag Morales. I said Rag Morales. No, wait, it was Morales. But anyway, don't mind me. I'm just trying to remember stuff. Here we have a beautiful head sculpt, which personally I do not think looks like Comic Miles, but it is a very nice head sculpt. I don't think it fits that Sarah Pacelli art, but at least his hairline looking clean, so I appreciate that. This one does have a beautiful, beautiful hue to it. And again, I can't paint, but I will say this. It's clean as fuck. Now, next up, you saw that we had one Thwipper over there. You will get a complimentary other-sided Thwipper, which is really, really nice. We will get an open item hand. I do love that they're starting to include this. I know it's supposed to hold the comic, but I appreciate this because it allows him to hold webs. So at least we'll have that. Then we will get a fist. Now, I do wish we would gotten a pair of fists. It would have really been nice because we get and I'm assuming they're going to say that Miles is probably going to be right-handed. He favors his right. Because you only get one wall crawling hand and one fist. I would have loved an equal set for both. I feel like that's a little bit of a fumble, but I guess that was the budget for the wave, so it works itself out. But I do hope that we get more of stuff like this because, boy, I gotta tell you, this boy is clean. I really, really like it. That about wraps it up for accessories. Oh, it does wrap it up for accessories, but I will say this. If you have the older Miles Morales, the hands will look a little big, but the bioelectric hands still plug in. That is a big plus to me because even though they're far, far bigger, it still looks good for a photo. So I'm here for it, especially if you space it out correctly. So yeah, now we're gonna jump into the size comparison. I'm gonna go find my Amazing Fantasy, and I'm gonna compare it to the other Miles, like the animated movie one and a few others, because it's nice to see a bunch of different Miles together. Especially after a certain Spider-Man told him he was a one-off variant. That jerk. I see you, Miguel. I'm coming for you. All right, let's get into the size comparison. I did have one problem. I could not find my Moth-X Miles. My kid one from the Into the Spider-Verse. Now, so here we are. And this was crazy. I found this guy, though. Here's the first Miles. And we've come a long way, man. It's really nice to really see how far we've come. And it looks crazy too because you're like, oh, you know, it doesn't look that different, but nah, it's a big difference. It's hard to explain outside of the body stuff, but it's a world of difference. Come on, focus. Let's focus. There we go. So it's pretty crazy. Even the web lines, look how it's a world of difference. Much thinner, much more intricate. But I will see this though. Let me see about these hands swapping. Oof. I haven't taken these hands off in ages. And look, they use the old long pegs, so I don't think this will work, but it's worth giving it a shot. So, wait, so I found a solution if you want to swap hands. The old hands technically work. I would shave it down a bit though, because as you can see, this peg is not much longer. But I would shave it down a bit to be on the safe side so it doesn't like cause any sort of warpage. Oops, wrong one. I wanted to put it right back in there. So yeah. So let's leave you here and let's get back to more size comparisons. Focus. Magic. Then I want to compare it to the little Venom Miles because I thought that was adorable. So here we are with the Venom one. The Venomized Miles. Here we are with the Amazing Fantasy body. So you can see that it is similar, but the Amazing Fantasy is so much bigger. So this actually is a completely brand new mold on a much more smaller level. Utterly ridiculous. It's really, really nice too. I am very happy that we got this because it, you know, it's cool to have, just like Spider-Man's first appearance on an updated body. You would love to have Miles. Now to give him that crazy Spider-Man training suit from the comic would be absolutely crazy as a like a maybe an exclusive, because not everybody would clearly want that, but as an exclusive, like a Pulse exclusive, would be crazy. Here we are with the adult Miles, and that is a custom head, by the way, by PVC Bake Shop. So yeah, it's really nice to like see how far everything has kind of come as we went from having, you know, people not really liking Miles to where we are now. I love that. It was a crazy time when Miles first came out. Ultimate Spider-Man was crazy. Here we are now with the Sentinel Miles. Again, he's even smaller. So it's cool to see the differences in the two. Now, when we compare to some, last adult here, Felice from Spider-Man, Uncle Aaron in the Iron Spider costume. I feel like this is appropriate. It's cool to have those two swing together. Oh, here we are with the Gamerverse Miles. So as you can see, there's a lot of Miles to go through. What a time to be alive. And now we can compare to some other stuff. So here we are with Action Force and Operation Monster Force. If you want to see army builders go up against Miles as a child, right? We already saw how larger Marvel Legends stack out, but here we are with an SHF. And here we are with Mafex 2099, in case you want to see how an adult fares. If you want to get Cosmic / Mythic, here is Space Walt. And, here we are with my main man, Ichigo. If you don't know who Ichigo is, the lore is ready for you when you are. The only thing I didn't do is compare it to the new Spider-Man. That's because I forgot where I put him, and I forgot to put him in the video. So, you know what? Let me go find that so y'all can see. Hold on. And now we can officially do the Spider-Man crossover. What a time to be alive, dog. What a time. It's really cool to see it. But yeah, I think that about wraps it up. Just want to make sure I added that in. So, with everything being said, I hope you enjoyed. I hope you enjoyed the spooder photos at the end. And as always, thank you so much for tuning in. Please. Because I don't do this enough, if you've forgotten, please like, comment, subscribe. You guys have been doing a lot of commenting lately. I appreciate that. So as always, please be good, do good, drink your water, guys. Later. So I didn't notice it before, but I'm noticing it now, and I'm assuming that this is my own fault. Did not notice that he actually does have a drop down. So yeah, it's in there. Very nice drop down, leaves it for gaps to add even more articulation. So I did not notice that. I'm actually going to use this pose as a reference shot as well too. So yeah, this is crazy.